There's a shot of this mine that we found last year, and we took a bunch of pictures of it, and then we went back this year, put some monitors in. There's a very rare bat there called a little brown bat. There's not very many there, and I was lucky a friend of mine, April, come with me, and she could actually hear the bats in there, but I couldn't see them, and we got some shots of them and set this monitor up. So this is how it worked. Here we have this monitor, and we're going to set this up today. And there was little brown bats in here last year, so they're interested in documenting them. And this is an ultrasound bat logger, and they're usually, we set them up in a cave or something, but one problem is the rats will chew these things right down to nothing. So we got to take a cable or a line or something, and got some fine wire, and we'll find a way to string this in here. And they have a little microphone on here, so we'll point it into the cave, so when the bats come in, they're calling, and then they'll be able to pick up the sound.
Is that a rat making noise?
I can't even hear nothing, but...
It's right back here. Coming out of there.
A rat?
Something's making noise up there.
Oh, I don't see nothing up there. Could be a bat, no. There's all kinds of cracks in here if you look.
Yeah.
Look up there with the camera. See, there's all kinds of little cracks in there. So, oh, hey, there is a bat there. Right inside there. Right in this little hole, there's a bat. Oh, wow.
So much for the bats, eh?
Cool. All right, so we have this set up here pretty good. The reason we moved it back here is because there's a lot of traffic noise up at the front. So we're worried about this microphone maybe setting off the traffic, setting off the microphone. So we're right at the very end of the mine here, and we'll come back next spring, and hopefully we'll have logged us some bats.
Chase, time's running out, and they're using live bait. Streets infected and crawl in the slime. The neon nightmare is about to unwind.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Frank. So we're heading into back in the HB mine, and what we're going to do is, the reason we're going back in there is to put some bat monitors in there. Now, last time we flew over the HB, and there's just a huge open stope on the top, and there's some really big adits going in there, and it's just a huge mine. You know, just days and days walking around 6 levels. And we think there's probably some bats in there. So we put bat monitors in mines all over the province. I'm one of the guys that actually will go into mines. Most people don't like doing that. Like obviously I have no problem doing that. So we're kind of working with these people. It's batcaver.org. Okay? So this is the kind of your card if you want to have a look at it. But if you go onto the net and you go, yeah, batcaver.org, whatever, you can learn a little bit about bats. And it's really important that they kind of monitor them, because there's some really nasty disease called the white nose syndrome. You might have heard of it. It's just killing bats, hundreds and thousands of bats off, just wiping them out back east. So it hasn't come here, so they're trying to do as much research as they can and come up with some strategies to try to save the bats. So this here is a bat monitor. So if you see this, you know, just please don't mess with it. There's nothing really valuable. I'll show you how it works. Just basically, it's just a couple of batteries and a sensor and stuff. There's just an SD card, and all it does is just records the ultrasonic frequencies that the bats emit is when they're going through the mine. So you know, it's really important the research, and it's really helping out the bats. So please don't mess with them. So yeah, so come along with us, and we'll show you where we went in the HB to try to locate a couple of these monitors. Here's a shot from the very top. Like, it's just huge. It's about a half a kilometer long, maybe 100 meters wide, and I don't know, a couple hundred meters down in some places. So here we are flying from the very bottom, the southern side, and we'll just give you a shot as we go along. Now, the way this was mined basically came right to the surface, and they just broke all this ore up, and it went right straight down the mountain through the ore passes and stuff to the very bottom level. So you start looking at this, it's just a huge amount of material that actually went down through the mountain to the main railway. There's no waste rock up the top at all. All this material was all blasted and put down ore chutes to the bottom part of the mine. Now, this middle part, you see that big hole, and there's a little one just above it. Those are actually the only two places that you can get into the mine. All these other places, you kind of look along there, and it looks like there's some other adits and stuff. They're all plugged. We couldn't find one in there, so we hiked in there and looked, tried to find any other openings, because it kind of looked like there was from air, but there wasn't any, just those two in the very middle. So we actually very thoroughly took ropes and went down there and walked along that whole bottom, and unfortunately it just all caved in over the years. I don't know, some of it might have been blasted, but probably just a lot of loose rock, and it just eventually over the years it just completely filled in. But quite a lot of work walking all through there, checking it all up. But it was kind of fun exploring it anyhow. So when I first saw it in the wintertime, it was pretty tough to get in there. But it wasn't too bad actually getting in there with the ropes and having to walk through there and looking at that. But just really impressive just how large all that opening was. So the purpose of us walking all through there was obviously we're looking for places to put bat monitors, because if there's fairly large areas where the bats are going to go in, we're looking for places to put those monitors. So this is one of the other largest mines in the whole area. So we figured there's probably quite a few bats in there, but they never monitored them. So yeah, so we're just putting these monitors and stuff in there, and hopefully there are bats in there. We saw a few here and there, but not a whole pile. But that's the way it is with bats. You just see one here and one there, but there could be thousands. Just these mines are so massive that it's really just hard to get a real good picture. Like the Remac, for instance, they logged 3,000 bats in one day going in there, and we've only ever seen a few bats every time we went in. So they're in there, but we don't know where. So we climbed down this big cliff from the top there with the rope, which is pretty easy. And there's no openings here that go through anymore. Obviously it was mined out at one time. We're just going to continue along the bottom here, see if we can find any more openings. There's a big chunk of vent tubing. If there's any openings here, they're plugged off. And this opening here is closed. And we're at the bottom of this big drop. It was all mined out lower in here, but it's all plugged now. So we can get up above that lip there and get up there. And this stuff here's all plugged. Yeah, we're in the middle of this big stope. There's looking for some openings in here. The big area's been drilled, you can see. But there's no openings right here. It's almost like a big open pit at the top of the stope here. I'm sure it was all mined, but all the holes have been sloughed in now. There we are. Here's the top of the HB. We're just looking for some holes we thought we saw with the drone, but that doesn't look like there's any holes there. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything from here, but there, Ben's going down pretty steep country there. I guess cities get down that next ledge is pretty level, eh?
There,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, this is no problem.
Yeah, good. Well, this is the level we came up. It looks kind of steep because it is. And the ladders are pretty rotten, so a little tricky. Right across the hall here we have there's an incline going up. We're going to leave that for now, and we'll see if we have time to get up there later. We want to continue up this tunnel because we want to get to the main hoist level, the top hoist level. I can't remember what level this is. But yeah, if you're in a big hurry, you can always stop and have crap here. You know, even got toilet paper here still. Full roll. Looks like it might be a little moldy. The privacy curtain's gone. Big rail in here. Look at the size of the rail. Pretty heavy truck. What's behind the curtain? Let's see. Ooh, looks like a big stope. This mine, the stopes, all the air went from the very top to the very bottom, big, huge stopes all the way down. There's no ore chutes on any level except the very bottom on this mine. Everything went right to the bottom. Ooh, there's another little room here. Oh, this is how I got up. I went up there. That's how you get up to where that little hole is I saw. I've got to go all the way up there, but we'll go up there right now. We can go up there later.
Yeah.
That's how you get up.
I see light. Yeah.
It's not real terrible. It's not real good though either.
What, the side over here?
Yeah. I want to get to the hoist level. I think that would be I never got a chance to go there. We're probably going to have to go up there later. We can go up different ways though. There's other ways to get up there. Oh, we gotta make sure we close the door when we're done here. Keep closed, it says. Nice air door. Nice job on that. Big heavy door. So we're right underneath the main stope at the very top of the mine. We saw the big level going up. And we're going to find the hoist. That looks like a big box of dynamite. Go see if there's any dynamite in there. It says powder. It's sealed. No. It's sitting on a...
Yeah, it's on the side.
On the side. This is another big room of some type. Oh yeah, look at the stoping in here. There you go, there's the big going down. Goes right to the bottom of the mine, I'll bet anything. Which is 6 levels down, so about 600 or more feet. No, so it's more than every 100 feet. I think there's 200 feet between some levels. Yeah. Big level here. It sure looks like lead and zinc, eh? So gray, the stuff.
Yeah, it's really so great.
Well, that's a big hole, eh? Humongous. All you can see is black. Huge hole. Could go down there, but I'm not going to see anything any better. It looks just as black down here than it does up there. Yeah, you can see better without the camera. It's trouble when you're breathing on stuff you can't see very well. This is where you want about 10,000 candlewatt lights. It's just so big you can't light it up or come anywhere close to lighting it up. That is a big bloody hole. But the big mine. And lots of big holes. Slusher level here. There's probably an end up there. That'll be the end there? Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky one here because it's got a huge ceiling with big rocks. I don't know if it's safe for going along the edge.
can barely see the top. Look at all the big rocks. It's one of them tricky sections. I've never heard a rock ever fell off one of these, but you know. Ah, massive sections. Look at the size of them rocks. Big HB mine. Well, there's just been massive cavings in here over the years. Look how loose that big crack in there. A big crack between those layers. Pretty unstable. Looks like a bunch of this is falling off. Definitely make sure you don't touch anything. Big massive layers. Slippery too. Serpentinite, looks like. And a massive cave in here. Yeah, it's a lot better up here. Looks like some fell stuff right there, but up here it's solid. Another big, holy, huge zones. This looks like it all was all mucked out. It's very cleaned up very well. There's like no ore on the back or on the floor at all. Cleaned it completely out. But this huge section here all collapsed. Fell right off the back. But sometimes you see how clean this is here. They completely mucked this all out. And as you're heading further down the slope there, you got huge rocks, and it looks like there's a bunch of serpentinite in there. Yeah, that's all fallen down at some point. Here it's all perfectly clean. If you look up there, it looks like serpentinite up in there, some serp in there. Yeah, I went down there and didn't need to because it's a big ore chute. So I climbed all the way up this rubble to the top. Ben stayed there because he figured it probably wouldn't go anywhere. And he was right. So now I get to climb all the way back this big stope. There's a whole bunch of pillars here. About 5 big pillars. They mined all this out of here. Look at the back here. It's not bad, it's pretty solid here, but a little further down there's quite a bit of argillite in it, and it caved in a lot of places. Yeah. We haven't hiked up every one of those, but we think they're all going to dead end. And this looks like just a big slusher level, so I think all this stuff, they just kind of worked it all down here. I don't think it'll go very far. And they had this big trough here, and the slusher, and just dragged everything down here. Hello, is anyone down there? Here comes a big rock. Oh, rotten boards and stuff. Not that far down, eh? Probably maybe twice as far as what we can see.
I could see it dropped off at the
Yeah.
bottom, but
That is a dark place. Feels like a church in here. So quiet. And just a huge area. Wow. Give her a kick. Nope.
It's pretty solid yet.
Maybe your kick isn't good enough. Let's see. Yep, she's solid. This probably goes to the stope, right?
Yeah, like that's, they're probably, maybe these are the
No,
old
it's
tunnels.
blocked off.
Yeah, so these are probably old tunnels and
Oh, it just goes to that stope, right? So, okay. We don't have a lot of options here, really. So. I can just carry it. There's a call box here. There was. The box is there. The phone's gone. I don't know what kind of shape that ladder would be in, but there's a ladder going down. Is it real steep?
no, not really.
Is the ladder inset or just sitting on top?
On top, but you can probably just fucking move. Not really steep, it can be very good. And you can just walk beside it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. The ladder's in the way, but yeah. Yeah, I should be able to walk beside it, eh? We're gonna make our way down this ladder. It doesn't seem that steep, so see if we can find another level. Continue on down there. Ben's way at the very bottom. Oh, Ben's, how's it look down there?
Yeah, it's good.
Is there a crosscut level?
Well, like an 8 line,
Oh yeah.
I think it would have been a locker here.
Okay, I'll put my camera away and come down. There, Ben's just coming down the last of these kind of crappy ladders. We were kind of following each other, but the ladder started sliding down with two people on it, so I guess the loading capacity is only one person for these ladders. That's not crazy steep. These pipes, the pipe broke off, but it slid down and they're anchored to the bottom, so that's okay. There we go. All right, so we're just gonna let Ben down here slowly. Shouldn't hold on with 2 hands, right? Oh, okay.
Need a little bit of rope.
No, I don't. You don't have. Okay, whatever. You can hold it if I want. You don't have to, though.
No, I'm just,
Yeah, I'll just let you down slowly. Do you want to use the rope at all or not?
well, you can just give me a bunch of slack and that way
Okay.
I can go faster. So far, it's okay, so I'm not real worried yet.
I wouldn't hang on to the rope. I'd just hook on the ladders and I'd just keep it taut.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easier to pull the rope in my hand.
No, you don't need to pull it though. It'll just feed out as you go down.
That's pretty cool.
You don't wonder why they cemented it up like that. Must have been for ventilation or something, right? Probably. I'll have a look and see what's in there. I'll bet you right here they had a big fan or something. It's probably for ventilation. You see it black?
Yeah, it's a big hole.
Yeah.
Get closer.
So you usually see when you look down anywhere in this mine is black. Yeah, that's a big slusher level in here. You can still see the cable. It's decline. Might end up being plugged. I'm not sure, a lot of little stopes going off of it, isn't there? Are they all plugged?
Yeah, that one's definitely gonna be rough.
The decline shaft. Must be a pretty big area up there. With that many holes. Wonder if we could be under the pit. You think we went in far enough? You seem like it.
Yeah, it wasn't that far from the pit, but
Yeah, if you're going straight, I guess it's probably not very far.
only a couple hundred feet from where we were.
I bet you there's a good chance we are right under the pit.
That would make sense as all this stuff could.
Yeah. Obviously there's a big stoped area because all these holes. Yeah, I bet we are. About every 50 feet there's a... I can't get any much easier walking than this, not very big and steep.
Got a big hole up
One pass going down, eh? Oh yeah, see, they just pushed all the ore into those holes, and then the slusher just come along, and all the ore just went straight down the stope, eh? Yeah, they would have a big slusher in here, and all the ore would have went down one of these big monster ore passes that we'll see once
got a
we get under there.
incline there.
Oh yeah, oh that's cool. Throw that big, throw one of those big timbers down there. Give her a kick there. I think she goes down a long ways. They go way down to the bottom of the mine. I don't know how steep it'll be, but you kind of go over here. There, finally stopped. Think we can get down there with a 50-foot rope?
Well, you can.
Yeah, big slusher, and they just, that's cool. That's how they mine that open pit, eh? They did this big tunnel underneath there. Big, great big huge slusher just come back and forth and just kept raking it and they just kept pushing that stuff down the holes. That's not too steep, eh?
Not really. In the box right there, though.
Oh well. Don't kick the rock when you're going by. Pretty skinny though.
Fall through the ladder, you're not going very far.
No.
Rotten though.
Really
You're better off to not step in the middle of the track, step on one side or the other, but if it's gonna, doesn't look very far up to the next level.
This is rotten like that, really.
I got some road rungs up ahead, so
Yeah.
that's a nice box actually.
You have to call the maintenance department there, if that rock doesn't fall, if you keep doing that, no. Is the rock sitting on the ladder or no?
No, this is just rotten wood.
Maybe kick that railing out of the way on the right, just go around it, yeah. Well, that's not rock, is it?
This is a box.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, box.
Looks like an art card or something. It's a box, a chest.
Yeah, big box.
Heavy, eh?
Yeah.
Big heavy chest. No treasure in it. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what that wire is for. The blasting? That looks like fuse almost, eh? Yeah. Yeah, it's probably fuse. I don't know if you could light it, maybe. I don't know if you use that kind of fuse here. Sure looks like fuse. Yeah, I think we've reached the end finally, the top and the end of the HB.
Talk, cut to the chase. Time's running out, and they're using live bait. Streets infected.